from my mouth to God's ears. For anybody who's an entrepreneur, for anybody who has an idea that they want to convert into something physical, something that is tangible, something that can help other people. Perhaps you have a job, you have a 9-to-5, but you want to get something out into the world that is your own. I want you to listen closely. Your idea, although undone, can be more undone in the world than on that shelf. See, oftentimes that we think that if in order for an idea to be worthy of being put out into the public, it needs to be complete. So what we do is at 15, we come up with this idea. At 20, we come up with this idea. At 25, we come up with this idea, and it's never ever complete. So what we do is we put it on the shelf for the next 5, 10 to 15 years. Next thing you know, we're older with this idea on the shelf that we never put out because our ego got in the way. See, we don't want to put anything out there undone because we don't want our ego to be crushed, to be attacked. We don't want the criticism. We don't want the corrections. We don't want to be pushed. We don't want to be mocked. We don't want to be teased. Maybe be laughed at. Sometimes in order for you to get your work out, you got to endure some things that's going to build you some toughness, to build some thick skin, right, moving forward. And also when we think about mastery, the only way you will ever master your craft is to get your work out there and to exercise it. By exercising it, by getting that criticism, by getting that resistance, by getting those comments, by getting that response, that feedback. That's how you get better. That's how you get nicer, sharper, bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. That's how you get nice, right? But oftentimes we take our ideas that are undone, and because they are undone, we put them on the shelf. Let me tell you something. Somebody is suffering. Somebody is waiting for you to take your undone idea, that 60% idea, that 65% undone, that 50% idea, that 45% idea. They're waiting for that idea because that idea may transform their life. It may be the catalyst for incredible transformation for someone else, even though somebody else is laughing and mocking it. So here's my story. When I talk about conversion, I talk about the necessity to engage the spirit, the heart, the mind, and the body, right? So I start with the body. I say, listen, we can't rely on our bodies to convert our ideas into something tangible, because we know that even though we may be in peak shape, we know that the body is easily compromised. A break, a snap, a pull, a tear can compromise our physical ability. So we can't attack things just straight up with just all out physicality. We can't convert our dreams into things with only mentality and mindset, because we know that the mind is engineered to help us avoid things that cause us discomfort. In all actuality, it is that discomfort that is actually going to, or has the ability to, develop our muscle and make us strong. But sometimes we're not always in the right frame of mind to understand that, right? So we know that any time that we start to attack our purpose and some big dream, some daunting, crazy dream, we know that our mind's gonna play tricks on us and say, man, listen, this pain, this discomfort, it ain't worth it, right? So we know that we can't rely strictly on our mind. Then I would always get to the heart. And when I got to the heart, I would always kind of gloss around the heart. I would kind of graze around the heart. My concepts around the heart were always kind of vague because my idea was undone, right? So here's this whole big idea that I had, but this part about the heart was all undone. So I would talk about the heart really quick, then I will move on. My words will always, see, the heart is kind of finicky, so we don't want to rely strictly on our heart, but it hit me. It only hit me because of exercise, because of repetition. I realized the reason why we can't rely on our love, on passion to get our ideas through, right, is because there are plenty of people who are dangerously in love, right? And this is a terrible, terrible analogy, but it works. Somebody's in an abusive relationship. They stay in that abusive relationship. One of the reasons is because they are in love and they're not exercising their mind. They're not engaging their mind. They're not engaging in short-term thinking, mid-term thinking, long-term thinking. They're only focused in on the love affair they have with this person, even though this love affair is causing them physical harm, abusive harm, spiritual harm, so on and so forth. So here's what I'm trying to say. I had an idea. It was undone. I was still using it to impact lives. I was still using it to help people convert their ideas into things that are tangible. It was undone. But because I kept working on it, I kept exercising it, it became undone. Who's to say that that idea won't continue to evolve and develop and grow as I change, as the times change, so on and so forth. So take that idea, even though it is undone, exercise it, use it, put it out there to the people. People want to laugh at it, tease it, mock it. If people want to come at you sideways because of it, it's okay. But just trust and believe there's somebody who's been waiting long, long days and hours, nights, so on and so forth, for you to put that idea out to the public to share so that they can use it to change their lives and improve their lives so that they can do what they were promised Earth to do. I hope that makes sense. My name is Marv Fox Jr. Done.